In our Spotlight on Business report, 10 months after the state approved rules for cannabis consumption areas in New Jersey, business owners say they're still waiting for the regulatory board to give them details on the process or even how to apply. Retailers who want to open a lounge, which are private places where you can pay to light up legally, say they've been left in limbo, waiting and hoping they'll be able to open up and start recouping the costs they've sunken into their businesses. Raven Santana reports.
I have my house for sale. Like, it's that bad. It is that bad.
Eliza Brevard Rodriguez revealing the uncomfortable reality and challenge of trying to open up a cannabis consumption lounge above her dispensary called the Other Side Dispensary in Jersey City. Brevard Rodriguez, who is also the first Black, Latinx, LGBTQ, and disabled veteran to open up a cannabis operator in Jersey, is now waiting to move forward. Her frustrations come after the Cannabis Regulatory Commission approved rules for consumption lounges in January, but still no applications are available to entrepreneurs who want to open them.
I mean, their process is the application process, right? So they have to open the portal. They have to tell us what the fees are going to be. They have to tell us what the rules are going to be. They are now reintroducing, or they have introduced drinks. What is that going to mean for consumption lounges? It's drinks here in the dispensary. We're going to sell them, but can people drink water? Can they drink coffee? What does that look like?
She says the reality is, without a timeline or direction from the state as to how she can build out her consumption lounge, she is now stuck in limbo.
We have built this business organically through community, and this dispensary is actually performing very, very well. But the reality is that we take on so much debt, there's so much red tape, and the waiting game, month over month, paying for rent. Upstairs is unfinished because I cannot confidently spend the money. First off, I don't even have the money, but I cannot spend the money to do that build out and not have a time frame of when I would be able to open and get that money back. So for me, it's space that I'm paying for at this time, and it's part of my dispensary. It's the upstairs, but it's still coming out of my rent.
There has been no delay.
Christopher Riggs, Chief Counsel of New Jersey Cannabis Regulatory Commission, admits the process and rules that are in place could take time, but ensures business owners it's all in an effort to complete a safe and efficient vetting process.
There is no legislative mandate to accept consumption area endorsements. But let's be mindful of the fact that the rules and regulations have been on the books for about 10 months, which give operators the ability to look at the rules and regulations and understand what a consumption area has to look like to comply with the law. There are safety measures, there are ventilation requirements. All of those things are on the books and contained in 17:30 in our rules and regulations.
Riggs says the methodical process is all about getting things right the first time.
I don't think there are any obstacles. I think we have the rules in place. I think that we were concerned about the market and making sure that this industry gets established before diving into a new space with consumption areas. There's only a limited number of states that actually offer consumption areas, with Colorado and California being the other two states. So being a new market, being a new cannabis market, we wanted to make sure that we established a vibrant market prior to opening up a new path for revenue for these operators.
I don't believe there's anything stopping the CRC from coming out right now and saying, here's our licensing process. They can add it to the existing notice of applications, as they've done before.
Molly Hartman Lustig, chair of McLaughlin and Stearns Cannabis Practice Group, says there's a lot at stake for business owners during that waiting process, reiterating that time means money.
And we're not talking just shuffling papers. We're talking getting not only the municipal approval, which, there's not any set cost involved in that. But there may be licensing fees, and they are not insignificant.
As far as the commission, we are hopeful to get this done in the next several weeks, hopeful to see it on a December agenda. And if not, it'll be on an agenda in the next few months, with the caveat that the chair and the Board of Commissioners are responsible for setting the agenda.
In the meantime, Brevard Rodriguez continues to find creative ways to use space in her dispensary as she waits for the green light, like so many others, to begin construction here in what she hopes to be a consumption lounge. For NJ Spotlight News, I'm Raven Santana.